Hello, Taurus! So I'm just going to shuffle the cards here, and then we'll get right into the Taroscope for Taurus. Let's see what the month starts off for you about. There may be a focus on finding out the truth in a relationship. The King of Swords. There's a lot of blue in these cards that are showing up for you, Taurus, which is a focus on the mental element and getting clarity in your thoughts on King of Swords. And he's in reverse. So King of Swords is someone who, it's actually funny, is a King of Swords day. And that is all about being fair and just and ethical and thinking things through, making good decisions. So with him in reverse, it makes me wonder, is there something in which justness or justice or ethicalness or good decision making is not happening, or that it's being suppressed, or that you're recognizing some sort of injustice or unethicalness or a lack of integrity regarding something? Because that's what King of Swords in reverse represents. Alternately, King of Swords also can be an air sign. The sword represents the mental element, which is air. So if you have any relationship with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, those are all air signs. So King of Swords can sometimes represent air. So he's not in line with the truth right now, which is very bizarre and at odds for King of Swords. Normally, King of Swords knows the truth and represents the truth and defends the truth. But Ace of Swords is the truth. It's a card of, truth is victory, in alignment with the truth. And the fact that he is at odds, he's in reverse, looking at the truth, there's some way in which the king or this air sign is not happening. There's someone who recognizes what the truth is. The truth is shining forth, but he is not accepting it, or he is not acknowledging it, or there's some sort of unfairness, unethicalness, kind of a lack of integrity on this King of Swords part, because he's not in alignment with the truth right now. And that could especially, Taurus, be in relationship, in regards to relationships. Two of Cups right here is a card of, it's one of the best cards for relationship. It's two people giving their hearts to one another. It's a beautiful card of attraction and putting aside petty differences and just working on forgiveness and connection and love. And this card, right with the truth, there's a wonderful, beautiful way in which the truth is coming out in this relationship, and the truth is being shown. The truth of this relationship is coming to the surface. These two cards are, by themselves together, are wonderful. This is like the truth shining forth, being victorious, having integrity in one's relationship. Surrounded by these two cards, King of Swords in reverse and Ten of Wands, there's some sort of difficulty. Even though the central basis of it is good, there's some sort of difficulty that needs to be addressed. This is Ten of Wands is oppression and breaking your back and carrying more than you can handle. It makes me wonder, if you are in a relationship, do you feel like you're having to carry more of a load than you're able to? And that this person, if you're in a relationship with a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, are they not pulling their weight, or are they not being fair about what their responsibility is in the relationship? Is that part of the truth that's coming out? I'm not sure, but that's a possibility with the Ten of Wands and the King of Swords in reverse surrounding this relationship, surrounding the truth of this relationship. So that's some interesting things going on. If you're not in a partnership currently, this can be about a true partner that you may want. This could be something that was unjust to you in the past, or you may have had unjust lovers or unjust partners in the past that were not fair or were dishonest or unethical in some way. And this could be the truth of who you want as a partner, and not wanting to carry all the burden by yourself. You feel like your back is breaking from having to do everything by yourself. That's another possibility for all those cards together. So that's the beginning of the month for you, Taurus. The truth of the relationship is being shown, and any dishonesty or unethicalness is coming to the forefront, and there's someone who feels like they're having to carry more than their fair share of the load. And the answer, by the way, the answer to this question is, if you're feeling oppressed or carrying too much, the answer is to find out what's not necessary and put it down. Put down anything that's not necessary. This is carrying too much. This is carrying beyond the scope of your burdens or abilities. And the way to relieve yourself from Ten of Wands energy is to put down what is unnecessary. Or teach. That's another possibility out of this card. It's a teacher card. So you can, with all these ideas that you're collecting and experience, you can, share it with others. And that's a good way to offload some of this extra burden. Towards the middle of the month, interesting thing here. You have a Knight of Swords going head to head with the King of Wands. So there may be some sort of, I don't know if this is people at work or if you are involved with a fire sign and an air sign. King of Rods he's eccentric and charismatic and bold and confident. And he's going head to head with Knight of Swords, who is someone who is usually an air sign. Again, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, and fire signs are Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. And Knight of Swords is usually someone who's very idealistic, someone who is willing to fight for a cause, someone who likes to go in and rescue people, or, he has this cause that he is willing to fight for, and he'll go into battle for it. And these two appear to be, they're kind of on the same team, but they're going head to head. They're having a disagreement. So that may be something that you are either seeing or that you're aware of. This could be related to the Knight of Swords here, or the King of Swords here could also be echoed in the Knight of Swords here, that they are a junior person to their boss, if that's a fire sign, or there's something going on between this air sign and fire sign person. But I'm kind of seeing that you are just observing this. You have the Fool, which is full of innocence and faith and trust and, purity. And you also have Temperance in the reverse position, however, but it's surrounding this. Temperance is a card of serenity and calm and balance and order. And Temperance is basically, I call Temperance the angel of peace. Both of these cards have great faith. This one's an angel. This one is Fool, who basically trusts the universe to catch him from his naivete or innocence. This Temperance card in reverse tells me that you may be having some way in which you're just a little bit impatient, or it's rocking your boat as far as your calmness. You do have a nice sense of like serenity or innocence about the situation, but this card kind of tells me that maybe you've had enough. Maybe you don't want to wait it out. Maybe you're tired of being the angel in the situation or observing this. Like these cards, Fool and Temperance, really don't want to have anything to do with whatever conflict is going on between this Knight of Swords and this King of Rods, this air sign and this fire sign. So, and it's also saying that whatever's going on with this King of Swords is affecting your peace. That's what's turning you upside down. That is what's sending you out of balance. Where you really want to be this Empress card full of growth and vitality, abundance. Empress is a card where she's full, she's radiant, she is, she's sexually satisfied, she's the queen of all fertility, everything around her blooms, everything is abundant around her. She's basically like the queen of spring and summer when everything blooms. And next to Star here, this is like being yourself and fully accepting of yourself and fully, Empress and Star together are just full of hope and fulfillment. So this situation, whatever's going on with this King of Swords person, is kind of throwing you off your peace, and you have to come, especially towards the end of the month, just into your own. And like these are really who you are. And this is the embodiment of self-acceptance. The fact that she's naked in this image shows that she's fully accepting of herself. And it's interesting to see too that Star has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the ground, in the same way that Temperance does. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the ground. That's the emotional world and the physical world in balance. So whatever's throwing you off your game, especially related to this King of Swords person at the beginning of the month, if it's making you feel unbalanced, not serene, thrown off, wobbly, know that towards the end of the month, you're just going to be able to regain your balance and stability through your own acceptance of yourself and your own hope in the situation. And just try to distance yourself from any conflict that's going on, especially between ideas, which is sword energy, and then the will, which is fire wands energy. So there might be someone who's saying, this is what's right, and this person says, no, this is how I want it. This is my will. So be careful of this, because you want to stay in the innocence and serenity of both Fool and Temperance. That's towards the middle of the month. I don't really feel that this conflict is too much about you, Taurus, in particular. I feel like it's something that you're witnessing. And the more that at the end of the month, if you can kind of step away from it and just focus on yourself, these cards are both very rewarding. And I see both of these as you. I think it's the same person. And Empress and Star are both major arcana cards. So it's saying, be the utmost of who you can be. You're going to actually end up in a good place. Things are blooming. This is like, both of these are in the Garden of Eden, I see it as. So there's a wonderful way in which you can find your own Eden towards the end of the month. Also at the end of the month, there is some sort of battle that's very dramatic and is going to change the game quite a bit. Even once you find your own peace, see if you can stay here in hope, in Star energy, in Empress energy, because there's going to be something that you need to bring that strength to. Tower is sudden and dramatic change. And then Five of Swords, I always call this card picking up the pieces. So this is gathering, after whatever battle has happened, this is gathering ideas, rewards, results from the field of a battle that has ended. The sun is setting on it. So if there's some sudden and dramatic change that happens for a Taurus, see what you can collect from it. See what the lessons are, or see if you can collect rewards from whatever dramatic change happened. And Tower usually means you can't see it coming. You don't see it coming, but you're in good shape for whatever happens. This can also be both. It can be positive or negative. It can mean that you have been wanting to make a change and you make it, or that life changes it for you. So usually this card will come if you're resisting some sort of change, and life will just throw it towards you. But there's some sort of lesson and rewards to be gained from it. So that's my reading for you, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed it, and I just want to thank everyone for watching. Yours in the Star.